Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule the laws, youth and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is the social contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. Hey, it just never fails this Tuesday morning to disappoint me. I hope you can see me. Hey, Keith, let me know if I'm too dark. I forgot to put on some of my lighting, but I think I'm okay. It never fails to disappoint me, to sadden me. And maybe one day I'll grow out of this. But to watch what my former political party has become, I don't want to sound like a broken record. But again, this just needs to be said. I was a Republican my whole entire adult life, up until 6 years ago. And watching my former colleagues, even to this day, throw away everything they said they believed in, everything they said they revered, to get down on their knees and bow to this thing, to him, even still, after 10, 11 years of this, I cannot tell a lie. It still hits me. Which is crazy, right? This former Republican congressman, this former Republican candidate for president, this former Tea Party guy who's watched and seen and heard hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of his former Republican colleagues all reach inside themselves, grab their souls and throw them into the nearest dumpster, all to bow and worship to this guy, to follow this guy, to go against everything they said they believed. The fact that it still impacts me when I hear one of my former colleagues do it again, Maybe I've got the problem. Maybe it must be my problem that it still impacts me. What's become of my former party, that it still impacts me. What's become of all of my former conservative media colleagues who all, until Trump came on the scene, they preached A, B, C, D, E, boom, 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 boom. And then Trump comes on the scene. The party, the base, the voters get behind Trump. Trump gets elected. And even before Trump got elected, all of my conservative media colleagues, they see this, they watch this, and they say, fuck A, B, C, D, E. Now it's all G, H, I, J, M, K, man. It's all boom. I hope I got my alphabet right. It's all these other things. I believed in these things before Trump. Trump comes along to keep my show, to keep my audience, to keep my viewers, to stay in office. I no longer believe in those things. Now I believe in these things. I mean, every day, right? For the past 10, 11 years, we've all been privy to that. So why the fuck can't I grow up? Why does it still impact me that my colleagues are still doing this, my former colleagues? Congressman Tim Walberg of Michigan, been there for a long time. He and I got elected together. We were in the same freshman class. Tim Walberg was at a Trump rally yesterday in Michigan. Trump did one of his crazy, stupid rallies in Michigan yesterday. You know, the rallies where every word out of his mouth is a lie. It's all lie after lie after lie, bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, fear mongering after fear mongering after fear mongering. That's Trump for an hour and a half. That's what he did. This show isn't about Trump. No, it's about Congressman Tim Walberg. It's about two normal, supposedly normal Republican members of Congress. I knew Tim Walberg well. He stood up at the rally yesterday and said something that infuriated me. Before I play it for you, though, I just got to say this. Tim Walberg, back when we were in Congress together, good, decent, God-fearing Christian. Tim Walberg wasn't a crazy guy. He was a quiet, reserved conservative, principled conservative. Revered the Constitution, he told me repeatedly back then. A quiet man, a good Christian who revered the Constitution. Every Republican standing up on a rally stage with Trump, saying a bunch of crazy shit, echoing all the crazy shit that Trump says, right? All of them. We can rattle off the names of the expected ones to do it. But Tim Walberg, who nobody's heard of, quiet, unassuming, I revere the Constitution, I am a faithful Christian. He gets up at Trump's rally yesterday and says this. Go ahead, Keith.
So the final 2 years of this president, maybe final 2 years of this president, will be so memorable that we won't need to worry about the future. Let's get out and work as a workforce for freedom.
Play that again, Keith, just from the top one more time.
So the final 2 years of this president, maybe final 2 years of this president,
stop,
will be so memorable.
Thanks, Keith. Maybe the final 2 years of his presidency. Quiet, unassuming, Christian conservative Tim Walberg said yesterday in Michigan, the final 2 years of Trump's presidency may be the final 2 years, Tim Walberg said. I mean, that's something I expect Mike Lee to say. That's something I expect Ted Cruz to say. That's something I expect any number of crazy Republicans in the House to say that, you know what? Maybe Trump won't stop in 28. Maybe Trump will run again. Maybe Trump will just stay in the White House no matter what happens in the 28 election. That's what Tim Walberg, normal Republican, said yesterday as Trump laughed. Maybe the final 2 years of his presidency. You know, you say something like that, you hate the Constitution. And I can vividly remember Tim Walberg saying to me back in the day, Joe, I'm here in Congress, he said to me, because I revere the Constitution. 10, 12 years later, he's setting fire to the Constitution. That ain't something you joke with. That ain't something you joke about. Not in this country now. Not where we're at each other's throats. Not where you got this guy in the White House who's threatening to fuck with the midterms, to stay in office, to run again. You're going to light that fire to a Republican Party base, 80% of whom still believe Trump won in 2020? What a horrible thing to say, Tim Walberg. Not funny at all, Tim Walberg. Not words that would be said by anyone who revered the United States Constitution. Per that Constitution, Trump cannot run again. Per the United States Constitution, these are the final 2 years of Donald Trump's presidency. So for any Republican to hint at, to insinuate, to speak of something else is un-American and anti-Constitution. And I want to say again, everybody listening to me this Tuesday, that was yesterday at a Trump rally in Michigan. Tim Walberg is one of the more normal, if that can be said anymore, one of the more normal Republicans. It just pains me to hear that after all these years from him. He wasn't the only Republican to speak at that rally. He wasn't the only Republican member of Congress to speak at the rally. John James, Republican congressman from Michigan, don't know him nearly as well. I think I've met him once or twice. John James got up at Trump's rally and he launched his remarks with this.
Well, again, thank you, Mr. President, for coming back to Michigan, where you've won 3 times. We very much appreciate your leadership.
Keith. Welcome back to the state of Michigan, Mr. President, dear leader. A state in which you won 3 times. John James, Republican member of Congress, again, not known of as one of the crazy ones, said just yesterday he lied just yesterday. He lied. He stood in front of the microphones and the cameras. He stood in front of everybody at that rally. He stood in front of every resident of Michigan, and he lied. Donald Trump did not win the state of Michigan 3 times in a row. Joe Biden won Michigan in 2020 by 172,000 some votes. So why do you say that? Why do you lie? Why do you lie, John James, to a Republican base, 80% of whom believe Trump won the 2020 election? Why in God's name would you lie to them like that? Just so your dear leader standing behind you can pat you on the back, can say, good boy, good guy, way to go, I'll help you. You're still in good standing with me. You know, just a reminder, as bad as the Democratic Party is, as toxic as their brand is, as weak and feckless and woke and all the rest that the Democratic Party is, and it is all of that, my God. My former political party is a party of election deniers. It's a party of liars. It's a party of Constitution haters. It's a party, an entire political party, that refuses to accept the results of elections in which they lose. What a fucking shame. Should say something like that yesterday. Welcome back to Michigan, Mr. Dear Leader. A state you won 3 times in a row. Trump will go. Trump will exit. Trump will be gone one day. Trump will be out of the White House one day. Trump will be dead one day. We all will be dead one day. This Republican Party, boys and girls, it ain't changing. Not in your lifetime, not in my lifetime. What this is, this election denialism, this hating on the Constitution and the rule of law and democracy, it's consumed the whole party. It ain't changing. Hey, the only way to start this next segment, this next topic, pardon my language, I don't know why I still say that, right? Pardon my language. But the only way to start what I'm about to get into right now is I need to say fuck ICE and fuck Trump. Repeat after me, everybody listening right now, in your homes, in your cars, at your office, wherever you are right now. Repeat after me. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Fuck ICE, fuck Trump. Let's just get it off of our chest. 1, 2, 3. Fuck ICE, fuck Trump. Brian Morales, 25-year-old United States citizen. Hey, MAGA in the back row, did you hear me? 25-year-old Brian Morales, born and raised in Colorado. He's an American citizen. ICE pulled him over on a traffic stop in Central Texas last week, deported him to Mexico. MAGA, did you hear me? I said he's an American citizen. Keith, I don't know if we have a graphic on him. This kind of thing happens every day. No, the other one, if you've got the other one. I'm going to get into the Overland couple. If I didn't give you the other one, I apologize, Keith. Brian Morales, deported to Mexico. He was pulled over Again, he was born in Colorado. He's an American citizen. He was pulled over last week, traffic stop in Central Texas, by ICE. And he said to ICE, I'm an American citizen. I've got my hospital records. I've got my Social Security card. I've got my Colorado birth certificate. Here's my driver's license. I'm an American citizen. I'm an American. Brian Morales kept screaming at these ICE officers who grabbed him, these ICE thugs, pleading with them, I'm an American citizen. They ignored him. They would not let him produce his documents, wouldn't let him produce his birth certificate, his Social Security card, his driver's license. These ICE thugs did not let him produce any of his documents showing and proving that he was, in fact, an American citizen. They accused him of lying, and they grabbed him, and they detained him. And they deported him last week to Mexico. A United States citizen. And if you think for any reason that this is some outlier, oh my word, think again. This goes on every day. Hundreds and hundreds of American citizens, U.S. citizens, are pulled over, detained, and deported by ICE every single day. I said American citizens. Why? Why? You know why. Because these ICE thugs are incentivized. Not only have Trump and Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance given them full immunity. They can do whatever they want. They can break any law they want to break. They can shoot and kill. They can murder people. They will never be held accountable. Trump and Vance and Stephen Miller have told them they also get paid bonuses per arrest and per deportation. So it doesn't matter to these thugs if they're arresting hardened criminals who are in this country illegally, people who've been in this country illegally for 35 some years, grandfathers who've been productive members of society in this country for 35 years, none of that matters. It doesn't matter if they're a United States citizen. These ICE thugs get paid for each arrest, per arrest. They get bonuses per arrest. They are incentivized to arrest people. Doesn't matter who the fuck these people are, and they're incentivized to deport these people because the numbers are down. All when you look at it like this, when you think about all of the chaos and the cruelty and the lawlessness that Trump's immigration enforcement regime has produced, he's still not deporting as many people as Obama deported. Trump. He's still deporting about the same number of people Biden deported. Not only does that piss Trump off, it ruins his whole argument of what he's doing. So they got to get these numbers up. That means you pull over Brian Morales because he's Hispanic. So ICE pulls him over and ICE ignores all the evidence he's got on him that shows he's an American citizen because ICE needs to meet their quotas. They need to meet their numbers. So they arrest a 25-year-old American citizen, detain him, and deport him to Mexico. And they'll lie about everything did, because they lie about everything they do. And hopefully Brian Morales, 25-year-old American citizen, will be returned to America one day soon. And by the way, you're a citizen of this country. You do not need to carry proof of your citizenship when you're out and about. This isn't 1930s Germany. You don't need to do that. Not here in America. You're not required to do that. They got to meet their quotas. And what happened to 25-year-old Brian Morales, American citizen? Just think, America. Again, you decide, America. Is this what you want America to be? And if it is, vote Republican in November. God bless you. Vote Republican in November. But if you don't want hundreds and hundreds of American citizens arrested and detained every day and deported every week, then vote Democrat, no matter what you think of the Democratic Party. Not only do these masked, armed federal thugs, not only do they have full immunity, they're getting paid. They're getting paid per arrest, per detainee, per deportation. And then, oh yeah, America, right, MAGA, you still listening in the back row there, MAGA, right? I know you told me, MAGA, we got to get rid of them all, Joe. The violent criminals, we got to get rid of them all. Send them back from whence they came, baby. Get rid of them all. And then stuff like this happens. A young Overland couple, Overland, Kansas. Now you can show me that, Keith. Shot and killed, execution style in Guatemala a week ago. Keep this up for a sec, Keith. A young Overland, Kansas couple. I want you to think about this, America. I want you to tell me, America, if this is what you want the face of America to be, if this is how you want the rest of the world to view America. Here's a young couple from Guatemala who's been in this country, America. They fled Guatemala to flee the horrible violence in Guatemala. They came here 16 years ago. Nixon Giovanni Perez and his wife, Glendy Marisol Gonzalez La Cruz. They've been in this country for 16 years. Neither one has a criminal record. They've both been working. He was a roofer. She held down 2 to 3 manual jobs in Overland, Kansas, as they raised their 3 babies. They fled persecution. They fled violence, a broken immigration system. So they come into this country, claim asylum. And like so many in this country over the last 20, 30 years, their asylum claim is never adjudicated. They're lost into the country. What do? They work. They find a job. They work. They pay taxes. They raise a family. Do everything you're supposed to do with a broken fucking immigration system. He's a roofer, works his ass off. She held down up to 3 manual jobs on her own, raising 3 kids. Last April, Nixon Giovanni Perez, was grabbed by ICE in Overland, Kansas. He's got no criminal record. No questions asked, though. He's grabbed by ICE. He's detained and held for a couple months, no whereabouts unknown, no communication with his wife. And then he is put on an aeroplane and dropped back off into Guatemala. Glendy Marisol, just a month ago, self-deported, went back to Guatemala, with her 3 kids, including a newborn, to be with her husband. And just a couple weeks ago in Guatemala, thanks, Keith. Just a couple weeks ago in Guatemala, their 2 bodies were found, tied up, gagged, shot execution style. The very thing they fled 16 years ago when they came here seeking not just a better life, seeking not just an opportunity, seeking life as a way to stay alive, as a way to be safe and secure, they came to America. But ICE, as part of Trump's ugly, cruel, extreme, un-American immigration enforcement, grabbed him, threw him back to Guatemala. She followed him to be with him so he could be with their children. And they were shot and killed. Bodies found just 2 weeks ago. 14-month-old crying baby was found next to her mother's dead body. I mean, it comes down to what you want America to be to the rest of the world. A fucking dark, ugly, mean, cruel place. Nobody's fucking welcome. We're going to build a wall. We don't want you here. We don't want anybody here. And especially if you're brown and black, we don't fucking want you here. You either want America to be that, and if you want America to be that, a place that people fear, a place that people despise, a place that people no longer believe in, a place that people no longer believe it's a place for freedom and opportunity. No, it's a dark, ugly place. If you're brown or black, they're coming to get you. Man, again, it's such an easy fucking decision in November. If you want America to be that dark, ugly place, then vote for Trump and vote for his party. Vote Republican up and down the ballot. I don't know if you still remember, if you still want or think or believe in an America that is a shining city on a hill, that is a light, that is a beacon, that is a place, man, right? Where every day we're doing this. Come on, man. You want a shot at life. You want opportunity. You want freedom. You want to build a business. You want to make some money. You want to be safe. You want to be secure. You want to be free. Come on, come on. The getting's good. Come here, baby. White, black, brown, gay, straight, transgender, whatever God you believe in, Muslim, Christian, Jew, atheist, doesn't matter. America's a land of opportunity, baby. Come on. If you still want America to be that, if you want America to go back to that, again, I don't give a flying fuck what you think about this Democratic Party. You are obligated to vote Democrat up and down the ballot in November. If you even want to have a shot at that shining city on a hill, that land of opportunity for everybody. No walls, no doors with locks here, baby. Come on, come on, come on. We welcome all. If you still believe in that, if you want that to be America again, first step is you got to vote Democrat in the fall. Paxos.app, by the way, Paxos.app. It's our Know Your Rights tool that we've had out there now since April. Thanks, Keith. Helping immigrants and citizens alike. It shows them, teaches them what they need to do to legally, lawfully, and practically fight back against ICE when they encounter ICE. It's helping so many immigrants out there. Help us help more immigrants in need by getting this tool, this Know Your Rights tool. It works on any and every device. It's free of charge. We're trying to get it in the hands of every immigrant and every citizen in this country. Go to that link, paxis.app, paxis.app. Check out the tool, play with it yourself, distribute it to people you think might need it. And if you're inspired, we've got a GoFundMe page there. Feel free to make a contribution. Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com. That's my Substack. Everything I do, say, think, feel, believe in, yell about, it's all right there. Social Contract with JoeWalsh.substack.com. The single best thing you can do to help me keep my voice out there, this voice, become a subscriber to my Substack. Thanks. Finally, if you want to send me an email about anything that's on your mind, please do. The Social Contract with JoeWalsh@gmail.com. All one word, The Social Contract with JoeWalsh@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.